All right, so they found three little tiny tumors in my liver with the most recent MRI scan. But the reason why I'm telling you this is not because of fear or anything like that. I think I'm way past that. I want to tell you, and I'm sharing this with you guys because I want everyone to know, everyone who's been praying, everyone who's been sending positive thoughts, everyone who's been supporting, exactly what we're up against. And if everyone could just send their intentions to my liver to squeeze out these tumors, to squeeze out the tumor in my colon, that we can heal this together. I absolutely believe that. I'm in good spirits. I believe, when they first told me this a few days ago, a good friend of mine, Luna, responded with, let them find it all. That way we know exactly what we're working with. So apparently, with the first scan that I ever took at the previous hospital where I was at, they missed, or the MRI didn't pick up, or they missed a couple of the tumors. So the PET scan that I'm going to be taking next week should reveal, the tumors that are in my body. I am thinking, and I'm choosing to believe, that there are no more, that this is what we're working with. And I'm going to go through this journey. I'm going through this journey in the most graceful way. And I still believe healing is easy. Even though I'm going to be starting chemo next week, I got my port placed a couple of days ago. So it's this thing that they put into this area so that they can put the chemo in there and also draw blood, so they don't have to keep sticking me with needles, because I can tell you my arms are kind of tired, and my veins on my arms are kind of tired from being poked and prodded all the time, and with all the blood tests and stuff. So now I have this port, and hopefully it goes as smooth as I imagine it's going to be. But I absolutely have faith. I've also been listening to a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. I'm going to be starting the Count Your Blessings meditations. I'm going to be very, consistent with that. And I just left my acupuncturist. One of the things so if you donated to the GoFundMe and if you supported me in that way, thank you so much. I mean, seriously, words cannot even begin to explain or share how thankful I am for you, because I'm able to go to the acupuncturist. One of the therapies that I decided, I'm going to this acupuncturist about 3 times a week, which is what the acupuncturist prescribed. And he wants me to go 3 times a week. I've been going. This is my second time this week. And they're going to be there to help reboot my body after every chemo treatment. Another one of there's 2 other therapies that you guys have been able to help me receive throughout my chemo treatments. That's hyperbaric oxygen therapy once a week, and twice a week of high dose vitamin C treatments. Again, all of this has happened, I believe, in perfect timing. All of your donations came in, all of the support, all of the well wishes, all of the great energy, the love, the care, the messages. There were points of overwhelm with all of that and receiving. I'm learning to receive. I'm learning through Joe Dispenza's work, this area right here where my cancers happens in the second and third energy centers, which is about the second and third chakras. And lo and behold, this center here has a lot to do with the inability to receive, the feelings of guilt, feelings of worthiness, lack of worthiness, feelings of lack, all of the stress, all of the things that I feel that I've been holding on to for so long in my life is what caused this, is part of what caused this. And I believe that that is what I am unraveling and working on. So, what took potentially years to create this will now take, you know, however long it takes to unravel it and, get rid of it, eliminate it from my body, myself, my being. And so there's been a lot of mental and spiritual work that have come from this as well. And I think, I believe that what's getting me through this is love and gratitude. I feel like I'm in constant gratitude. That's all I have is gratitude and love. Do I have moments of fear going through this? Absolutely. They don't last that long, but they do creep up, especially after I got my port placed, and especially after being told, at my last MRI that there's 3 new tumors. That wasn't the news that I wanted to hear. It wasn't the words that I was expecting to get during my doctor's appointment, but it is what it is, right? This is what we're working with. This is what I have, and now I know what I'm fighting. Where this, how to move forward from this is based on what I am healing inside, and I'm grateful to know. I'm grateful to know where they are and that they're not a surprise anymore. Yeah, there's still fear. I can feel it in my voice. But I'm working through it. I'm definitely working through it. I'm working on still getting scheduled with a mental health specialist. Thankfully, I've got a lot of great friends and family that I can talk to about what's going on inside. And people have been very helpful. One of the things that, I was discussing with actually my best friend, Amy, is that, I've been kind of a little apprehensive with sharing too much on my vlogs, and I'll tell you why. Because having cancer, especially, for me, with how I've been experiencing this, I've been getting more attention. People are nicer to me. People seem to be catering to me, getting words of encouragement. While I absolutely believe that is helpful in my healing, I'm being very mindful not to allow that to become part of my identity, not to allow cancer or being ill to be part of my identity, because I don't want to have to depend subconsciously, consciously and intellectually and logically. Yeah, of course, it doesn't make sense. My intention is to not allow it to subconsciously seep in to become a part of my identity, where I rely on my illness to feel significance, to have my human needs met. And I'm working on that's through the meditations that I'm working on to build, and through the hypnotherapy that I'm doing, to build an identity that is about overcoming adversity, that is a champion, a victorious person, someone who represents longevity and health rather than sickness versus sickness. So that is what I am tuning into, and I'm being mindful about how I form my words even on these videos, because while I am absolutely sharing the truth of it all, including how it feels and what I am experiencing, I'm also sharing the truth of how I'm creating a victory in my life. Possibly one of my greatest victories in this lifetime. I don't know, but I feel it. I hope so. I hope this is the biggest victory of my lifetime. It's a pretty big victory, right? That I'm working on, and with your help, that we're all working on. Um, so I wanted to share that with you. That my intention is to not contribute to an identity that relies on being sick, rather to contribute to an identity that thrives on being healthy. And I want to be known for my longevity and health, and being able to overcome the greatest adversities that can be tossed our way. That is what I've decided, and that is what I shall create in my reality. So I wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm going to repeat this, not just to repeat it to you, but also to repeat it to me and to remind myself as well. Because remember, I'm doing these videos not just for you, so that, to inspire people, maybe even you, to get tested early, to go to your screenings, to put yourself first when it comes to your health, when it comes to your wellness, to always put yourself first. But I'm also doing this for me as a journal, to remind myself of where I came from, to remind myself of what I did and who I became to become the person I have in here and in here. And I know I'm going to meet him. I'm becoming him right now. Sometimes you just got to get a little delusional and crazy to get what you want. And that's what is happening with me. So anyway, guys, thank you for following me on this journey, and thank you for supporting this channel and watching these videos. If you want to know more about where my journey is, what I'm feeling, experiencing, that questions you may have, let me know in the comments below. Maybe things that I haven't thought of, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them in a video. I begin my chemo next week. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm visualizing an amazing, graceful experience that is a healing experience. But I'm also open to, whatever comes my way. I am fueled by all of your energy, though, and all of your prayers, and I'm thankful for that. So I'm going to take you guys with me, and you guys, I feel very held by you. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoy this video. Bye.